Hello, my name is Evan Trasher, and I was part of a 6-week project in which we were tasked with utilizing social media channels in order to gain money for the Laurel Highlands Boy Scouts of America Fund for disabled children. This was aimed at gaining money for them to go to a summer camp in which they were able to have fun and experience the outdoors in a friendly and organized environment. The goal of this project for each of us was to raise $100 per person. There was a lot of students that were participating in this too, which was great. Um, Throughout the project, we learned how to use the different platforms to promote our message, connect with certain donors, and communicate why this cause truly matters. We also had to develop persuasive posts, track engagement, and adjust our strategies based on what generated the most support. This experience helped us build real world sales connections and communication skills while contributing to something bigger than ourselves. By the end of the 6 weeks, we saw how even the small donations were huge for this cause, and just anybody that wanted to support it was very beneficial. Ultimately, the project taught us the importance of community consistency and using our voice to help others with it. My social media marketing strategy was to post from Thursday to Sunday. Usually like in the later times of the day because that's when I saw that most people would be on their social media accounts, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of those that we post on, even Twitter as well. Um, More people scroll on the weekend, so I knew my post had a better chance of being seen. That was the general goal of me posting on the weekends and later in the day as well, because that's when most people are off of their jobs, and you see that a lot of people tend to go on social media during those times. I posted updates about the fundraiser, explained why the cause mattered, and shared stories about how the money was going to help these disabled children really enjoy their time at this summer camp. I also tried to make my post very easy and understandable to donate. I had the QR code every single post. Also had a link to my fundraising fund, which people were able to click on. I even reminded friends and family to repost my post and to share this with others. And by posting at the right times, I was able to see that I was consistently able to get my message across to people. And I achieved my quota of $100. So I achieved my goal for this project. That was everybody's goal to get $100, and I was able to do that. And I did that basically by sticking to my schedule and staying active from Thursday to Sunday. I was able to get strong engagement on and keep the fundraiser visible on people's feeds. A lot more people were liking, sharing, and commenting my posts on those days and times. So that showed that the timing and strategy were working. I also saw that my posts were being shared by friends and family. I was really getting at my mom to send it to people because she knows a lot of people that would be willing to donate to this cause. And overall, I really just met the goals because I stayed consistent. I kept my content clear and meaningful, and I used high traffic days to make sure that the campaign reached as many people as possible. The strategy helped me stay organized, and made the whole project feel more manageable and effective. And then here are my posts throughout the weeks. So the first week we started with just Facebook, and I saw that I had a decent amount of people that were looking at them. I made two different donation flyers. I saw that the one that I posted originally didn't really get much, so I changed to this one. That's when I saw the most engagement. Um, and then to week two, we included Facebook and LinkedIn, and I posted on both of those. And I saw that LinkedIn was actually my biggest support for people donating because that's where I had the most traction. And then we incorporated Twitter. I hadn't posted on Twitter in forever, so just seeing that I even got any engagement was huge. I hadn't posted on there in probably 10 years. And then we incorporated Instagram. I saw that I didn't get much engagement on Instagram, but I feel like that's because I didn't have many followers on this account that I was posting it on. And then I posted on YouTube, and I also didn't see really much either because those were my first posts on YouTube. And then Pinterest as well. We added that in week 6. And then as you see right here, I reached my goal of $100. Here's the screenshot of that, and it shows that I was able to. But to continue here, um, with the analytics space, I didn't really use anything like Hootsuite. Instead, I kept track of my posts on my own by planning out days I wanted to post on, and setting reminders on my phone to when to post. This worked well because for the project, it wasn't too complicated for me. I already knew which days had the highest engagement, so I just continued to post on those days. And even though a tool like Hootsuite could have helped me schedule my posts like automatically, but I felt that I was comfortable managing everything manually and myself because I saw that I was able to make my posts on time and in a timely manner. Overall, keeping it simpler and keeping the process easier and fit better with the way I normally use social media as well. And then I also didn't really model my posts about anyone. I kind of just winged it. I mainly focused on making my content clear and feel natural and true to my own style. Because instead of copying another creator or influencer, because I just am not that type of person to want to copy someone. I wanted my posts to sound like me, even so people would take them seriously and understand why the fundraiser mattered. Because if I'm saying it in my own words, then it was really beneficial because people see that I'm genuine about it. Even though I didn't follow a specific person's layout or strategy, I paid attention to the kind of posts that usually got tons of traction and engagement. Um, and it was like simple graphics, personal messages, and clear calls to action. So while no one directly influenced my posts, I did try to use what I know about my own audience to make my own content more effective and relatable. And then the goals of my posts obviously were always to get a donation on something, but obviously that people need to be able to donate. Um, the main goals of my posts though were really just spread awareness about this fundraiser because even getting the word out there, people seeing it and spreading it, that could be another person donating to somebody else's fund. Um, and to help people understand why supporting Laurel Highlands Council mattered. I wanted my followers to see how meaningful it is for disabled and underprivileged kids to have the chance to go to summer camp and experience the outdoors in a safe, fun environment. Another goal was to make information easy to understand so people wouldn't just scroll past it either. I try to keep my posts simple, clear, and personal so they felt more real and connected to the cause. And then the tone of my posts were very supportive, positive, and encouraging. I would say I wanted people to feel the importance of my posts and the fundraiser without making the message seem too heavy or overwhelming on the people that I was spreading my word to. I tried to keep my writing friendly and genuine so that it felt like personally talking to my followers rather than like just me throwing something out there and making an announcement of some sort. I also use an uplifting tone to highlight how much joy an opportunity like this feels like these kids really, really, really love going to these types of summer camps. It's very, very fun for them. As for me, like I loved going to summer camp as a kid. I can connect to this very, very well. Overall, my goal was to make the post feel warm, hopeful, and motivating so people will connect with the cause and feel inspired to get involved. And then here are also three screenshots of my highest viewed posts. Let me switch on over to it. Right here, my top posts. They were all on LinkedIn. As you can see, I got 7 likes on the others, and others commented on that, and I had 202 impressions. That means 200. It reached 202 people. And then on the other ones, I was just able to reach 140 people, even if they didn't donate. I was able to see that my posts were reaching an audience through the times that I allotted. I saw that like the engagement rates at these times were a lot higher, so I felt like that it was a lot easier to make a post at that time. Um, and I felt like LinkedIn just worked best for me because I had the most social media followers on there. With 120 plus connections on there, people were able to see my content a lot easier. On those platforms, people were willing to read the message more fully, react to it, or even share it with others. I think it helped that the audience on LinkedIn is usually more community focused and professional based, so people actually take these things into like a serious matter. While Facebook made it easy for like friends and family to interact with my posts because that's mainly who I have on there. Both platforms allowed my content to reach a much wider range of people compared to like the other social media platforms that we use, where the post got buried quickly. Um, since the engagement was stronger there, my messages stayed visible and created conversations about the fundraiser. Um, and the analytics played a big role in helping me understand what was working and what wasn't. By paying attention to things like comments, shares, and likes, and just the overall outreach that you're able to see on things. I could see which posts were getting the most engagement and which platforms my audience were actually reacting to these posts on. This helped me by adjust my posting schedule to make sure that I was always posting at the times that people were highest chances to see my posts. And then overall through this entire project, I learned that like social media marketing is a lot more strategic than it seems. It just isn't about posting something and hoping people see it. It's about timing, tone, the direct audience of who you're trying to reach. Consistency also makes a big difference in how well a message spreads. I realize that people respond more when a post feels more personal and genuine instead of sounding like an ad. I also learned how important it is to understand your audience, like knowing when they're most active and what kind of content they want to interact with the most. Another thing I also learned about engagement matters is it matters as much as the post itself. Liking comments, replying to people, encouraging shares helps the post reach more users overall. Social media marketing takes planning and effort, but when you see and use the platform the right way, it can be a powerful tool to spread awareness and supporting a meaningful cause. And overall, I had a great time supporting this cause and spreading the word for it. I was very honored to be able to be a part of this great cause. Thank you very much.